So one of the things I love about the Jacksonville Baptist Association is it's really a group of churches, partnering with churches, helping churches, advancing the kingdom, and the Equip team is a great picture of that. The Equip team is a team of local pastors and ministry leaders partnering together to help churches in Jacksonville become healthier. One of the things the Equip team is doing this year is starting a pilot program where we are selecting churches in need of revitalization, pointing them to the importance of branding and a website, but really more than that, helping them understand who they are, who their community is, how those two things best fit together through various resources from different churches and different pastors that are coming alongside to help and consult.
I was recently at a leading major change conference that the JBA put on. I heard somebody speaking of rebranding, and it made me think about being a new pastor in a new church and new community. Maybe we should rebrand a little bit. And I began to check out the process of this, and it turned out to be something I did not expect. And we rolled out a transformational assessment evaluation survey to our church. Our church participated in it. We had over 50% of our church that got involved in that. We learned our strengths, we learned our weaknesses, and we're hoping that through this process, we're going to be able to understand who we are, how we can serve the community better, and how we can be better equipped for the future of Crown Point Baptist Church. Yeah, the support I've received so far from the local pastors that are involved in Renew Jacks and the Equip team has been incredible. You know, just this encouragement, I feel like that they're genuine with it. I feel like they're just not giving me lip service, but they're truly want to be involved in helping another church out. We have this saying among the pastors that we've been talking about, like, that we're better together, and I firmly believe that. I'm seeing it being lived out with how these pastors support me in all areas.
Kind of assessment consulting process of knowing your church, knowing your community, and knowing how to best go on mission in that community, and learning that from pastors, from each other, I think is incredibly valuable.
Yeah, our story is rather intriguing to me. We started out 2009. We met up in like an Elps auditorium, and then from there we transitioned to Roselle Street, and lo and behold, another transition took place. We outgrew that building, and we transitioned to Dennis Street, and we remained on Dennis Street for about 5 years. And you know, we put a lot of money into the building, you know, beautified it the way the Lord asked us to. And you know, after that, the tenure was up there. We would serve a cease and desist letter from the fire marshal, and he told us we had to leave. And to me, that was one of the most upsetting moments in my life.
Walter Bennett called and asked me to go to lunch, and he let me know about Covered Ministries and what they do. And we have had 3 or 4 other churches that have used our facilities, so they knew that we would probably be open to that. You know, we have this incredibly huge building and used half the time, so why not let somebody else use it as well?
When I met with Pastor Doug, he was like, man, just come. Leave your stuff in storage, because that was one of the first questions that I asked him. You know, I mean, did we have to come and put our stuff and break it down and do this every Sunday or whatever? He was like, no, you're home. And that was one of the most outstanding moments that I've had. Everybody, you know, just like wrapped their arms around us, showed us love, and we've actually had services together, combined services.
So the first time we worshiped together, what we did is Pastor Jamel and I sat on stage and interviewed each other. And we asked questions that a black person would not normally ask a white person as a black person. And we just sat in front of everybody and answered those questions. The conclusion that we came to, and we hope everybody came to, was that, you know what, we all worship the same God. And that's what this is all about. It is really awesome just to see, I think, a representation of what the kingdom really is.
I really thank God for my JBA family. They always embrace me. Hey, what's your need? What do you need? And I'm the type person, I don't want to tell you what I need, but being who I am, you have to tell them what's going on. Since I've been in the JBA, these guys has always embraced me with nothing but love. And I wouldn't give them up for nothing in the world. And we're all brothers and sisters.
This year, we've put a strong emphasis on sharing the gospel, and so that's why Swarm Gospel Conversations gives us an opportunity to train people to get out there. And think what it could do is church by church, one by one, they say, hey, we're in on this and we want to be a part of it. Then we can see the gospel sweep and swarm across our city, and that's our goal. I was at a barbecue here about 2 or 3 months ago, and there's a young man there that I know that's a member of church here in our city, and I showed him the 3 circles, and I said, hey man, you ever see one? No man, I haven't. I said, let me just show you what you can do with this. And I showed him how I share my testimony. I said, wow, that's amazing. So I gave him some, and he put one on his phone. About 2 weeks later, he's over in Riverside sharing the gospel. 2 young men came to know Jesus, and this may be illegal, but it sure is exciting. He baptized those 2 young men in the fountain in Memorial Park on the west side.
Something I learned from the 3 circles in Mike Reed was that day that I had that first meeting with him, I was really encouraged. And I remember that there was something downloaded in me where I was going to take it to my student ministry. And I remember presenting this to my student ministry. We were in small group, and I brought this up. I was like, there's this new method of telling people about Jesus that's awesome. I feel like this could be a movement inside of Jacksonville with young people. And you just need to know the story, your testimony in 15 seconds, and you can tell people about the salvation of Christ.
Cool.
Do you believe Jesus died on the cross for you?
Absolutely.
He rose again?
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. Just join me, please. You believe that everything we talked about earlier is true?
Yes.
You believe that you stepping away from God and turning back to Him, that He saved you,
Yeah.
and that you want to start following from this moment on? All right. I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Father, let your kingdom